because this was so last minute to make this happen, because it was either record right now real quick or we skip a week,
Yeah.
which, like, we could skip a week. I left my car and my phone. So I'm in here, like, I pull up the Zoom. I'm like, send the Zoom to Mikey. I'm like, we can make this happen. And I'm like, where is my phone? And it's just sitting in my car. So that's a story of my life right there.
We can do it. I'm all about keeping my commitments, so I don't want to skip a week, so this is
Us
fine.
having commitment issues on this podcast?
Shut up.
No.
Commitment issues in general? Yeah.
And welcome back to Outdated with me, Matt Rebar.
And I'm Mikey Sowers.
And yeah, another week in a row. I'm actually really proud. Let's take a look. We are, I believe, episode, this is going to be 15?
Oh my
Maybe?
gosh.
Can you believe it? 15 episodes in a row, 15 weeks?
I was not this consistent at 15. Wow.
Did you have a really rampant life at 15? Or
I sure did. No, I didn't. No.
down to
Just
tracks?
middle school, you know, under the bleachers. Yeah.
All right, we gotta open it. How's your day in life going? What's new?
Okay, so this recent date that I've been on, this inspired the topic for today, but anyway.
Oh, dish. Get us a little prequel.
Yeah. So this person I had actually talked to a while back ago, like probably when I first moved up here. Like we initially hooked up and not hooked up, we got together.
Yeah.
You have to be clear. No, but we got together and we hung out a couple times and then just nothing happened from there. So we matched. Okay, so I got back on Tinder and we matched again. And then, we were just chatting and then we met for coffee and it was okay. And then, me being, cute, I'm like, well, text me later or sext me.
You said that?
Like it was joking. I was joking about it.
Okay.
But then later on, like he's like, were you serious about it? I'm like,
What, you sound like Peter Griffin on Family Guy?
Yeah. No, but I sent one of those like winky smiley emojis.
Oh,
like
goodness. Oh,
he's like, because I was kind of hoping that you were serious. I'm like, okay, well maybe I'm serious then. So
you were like DEFCON 5, like
yeah, right. But then we started getting into it, and he's like, "Well, what are you into?" I'm like, "Oh shit! Now I have to talk about it."
Yeah.
So it was then I realized I'm like, "Wow, I don't really verbalize what I'm into. I just when I'm with someone, we just kind of hang out and do stuff. I don't know. It just gets there gradually.
Yeah.
But anyway, we met for drinks another time and I don't know. I kind of just felt like I was going through the motions of it.
The motions of sexting somebody.
No, the going through the motions of being on a date.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it wasn't that good of a date?
It wasn't exciting. Like I know not everything is going to be exciting. It wasn't, I don't know.
Well, I think you bring up a good point. I think a lot of times we think that the sparks are going to be there from the jump.
Yeah.
Right? Like movies, like, oh my God, you see them and fall in love at first sight, or like, oh, the first date goes on for like 20 hours. And I have to remind myself that no, sometimes like it could take a little time to build up to that. To build up that passion. But I find, honestly, if there's too much excitement from the jump, to me, that's more of a dangerous sign. Because it's kind of like,
really?
like it's going to burn out quickly. That's kind of my experience on it. So I'd rather meet someone and be like, I had a good time. I had a pretty good time. But I feel like when I meet someone, I'm like, oh my God, I had a fantastic time. It's like, historically, that train has always like derailed, like in one of those Western movies when like the actual train goes over a canyon and the tracks have like cut so the train's gonna go and you gotta like escape the train like that's usually how it works for me. So
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, that was the date. I don't think I'm gonna pursue it any further. It wasn't
just because of a lack of passion.
I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. And okay. I should have gone with my gut instinct. And it's usually I don't go out with people once I've been out with them already. You know? Mm-hmm. Have you ever done that where you've kind of talked to someone and then you meet up with them like a couple years later and you're like, I wonder why we stopped talking?
Oh, I do that all the time. And it's a justification that I do because I'm like, well, I'm not really talking to anybody, so let me talk to someone. And then it's like, well, like we've talked before and it was fine. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I think we all do that. I think that's natural.
Okay.
So, right. Yeah.
I'm just like, why did we not? Oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah.
Well, and then there are some people who it's like they round the block every so often. It's like, oh my God, it's you. It's like, what happened? And then it's like, oh yeah, now I know what happened. So. Honestly, like no joke, I've been so busy that my dating life has been like pretty non-existent, which has been kind of good because I feel like I use dating apps to like fill time a little bit. Like I'm waiting for an appointment. I have like 5 minutes. So, for me to have a schedule right now where I'm kind of, I mean, hopefully it cools down because, you know, homeboy, I don't want to be on the schedule for too long. But to have a schedule where I'm like, whoa, I'm running to places, I have these commitments, I have things going on, and I'm not really in my phone as much. It's been nice. It actually has been kind of nice. But, you know, I don't know, keep my heart open. I did see a post, and this was funny. Someone commented, they're like, where can bears go to find bears? And everyone said, any city, and I was like, lies. I was like, stone them. Like, it's like I don't know. I feel like the Cleveland dating scene. I still have some frustrations there that I would like to put out into the community. But
it's very inconsistent.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's funky to say the least. Well, you kind of already preluded to today's topic, Mikey. But do you want to give us the rundown? What are we talking about today?
Okay, so for today's topic, I thought it would be kind of interesting to dive into verbalizing what we like in our sex lives. So, and that comes in the form of sexting. Like, so once again on the podcast, we are going to head back to the Matt Freebar School of Dating.
Now accepting for the fall semester.
Because this is going to turn into like me being like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And you're like, well, I'm an expert, so let's go here.
And I don't know about expert, more like expert.
You're an X on, or a expert at having X's, maybe.
Expert, yeah.
Oh, an XX expert. That's
yeah.
Great.
Wasn't that smart? I mean,
that was better. Yeah.
Listen, I'm kind of intelligent once in a while. Well, I guess let's first talk about what flirting is and what sexting is. So,
sure.
Do you have definitions, or I don't know? Should we just like spitball this, or we improv in it?
No, I mean I've got some things jot down, but I don't think we need to go with anything hardcore. I think we can spitball because.
Would you say so flattery is flirting
spitball.
For sure? I know, right? Spitball,
not spitball.
Literally spit on balls. Flattery is like so that's flirting. If I'm like, you're very handsome, I'm like, wow, you look great. But also flirting can be non-sexual, or like I can say, ooh, you look so hot today, but it's not me like sexually wanting that person. That can be flirting. Sexting, of course, we're sending nudies. We're having really deep, passionate talk. Where do you fall on the scale of flirting to sexting? Where is when that, like, you're doing that innuendo thing with a guy where you're like, ooh, like, this volcano is just ready to burst on your island. Like, is that more sexting to you, or is that more flirting to you? Like, when does it breach the barrier?
You know, I don't think I keep a paper trail when it comes to that sort of thing. So sexting really has been non-existent for me. I've had a few situations where I've sent like a provocative looking photo, but I've never ever sent a nude ever.
Wow.
Like, yeah. So
see, I think what's really interesting about the nude is rule number 1 to anyone out there who's trying to get into it: do not put your face in the nude. Big no. Big no. Never do that. 2, if you have any discernible features like a peg leg or
like specifically a peg leg, not
like
tattoo, but
or like an American Dad tattoo in the style of Harry Potter. Like if it's something that's very visibly like that could only belong to you. Right. Again, don't take nudes with that. Like you have to be. Here's the thing. I think like we've kind of as a society have lessened the scandal of a nude. I feel like 20 years ago it was like, oh my god, nudes, but like now it's kind of like
sure.
But I do think that there are different levels of nudes. I think you have high art nudes. I think you have kind of lowbrow nudes. I think you have kind of easy shot nudes, and I think you have some like bad shot nudes. You know what I mean? So, something to consider is, not only having to have a good content mix, but like I don't know, really be thinking like, is this nude actually sexy, or is this just a picture of my junk? Because if it's just a picture of your junk, like make it tasteful, make it something that like if the Cleveland Museum of Art had a show about nudes, make your nude be in that exhibition. That's what I would say.
Yeah. I mean, not every gay man is a photographer, and let's broaden these horizons. Not every man is a photographer.
Amen, brother.
Yeah. So not everyone is creative and has, a good eye for detail and has, lighting and,
Well, I'm not asking necessarily for like high quality videography where it's like, I slowly like touch my chest and then the camera moves with my hand. Like, yeah, of course that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Right.
But,
for sure.
I don't know. It's to each their own, if you do it, you don't do it, kudos to you either way. Maybe you do it just for, serious partners. Maybe you're in a long-term relationship and that's a way to kind of keep the spice going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think tasteful nudes to me, like good for you. Like I wish I had your body or your rack or whatever,
Yeah. I mean, what is a tasteful nude? I mean, I just don't know. I've tried to take nudes before and they just end up looking like, here's my junk. Like, I don't like, I'm just doing it because somebody wants it and I'm not, so.
Maybe it's a confidence thing. Maybe you just need to have the confidence of like, I look good in this pose.
Yeah.
Like this good candlelight, good natural light. Candlelight nudes. Name of my next album.
Candlelight.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but here's the thing with sexting. I am not as much of a visual. Well, I'm a visual learner for sure, but I appreciate the art of a good written narrative. So like pictures are pictures. Like, okay, you send me pictures, cool, but like I want to know you sexually via text. Like write to me your desires. Like, turn me on with your words and your intellect and your ability to craft a beginning, middle, and end sequence. You know what I mean? So that to me, that's the most preferable route if we're gonna be not flirting but sexting. Is like, like talk to me about how like much you want me and how you wish I could. Like that to me, I'm more floral in that way for sure.
Yeah. If we were comparing sexting to the world of learning styles, there's visual learning, there's auditory learning. I would be kinesthetic in that sense because talking about it and listening to it. Watching porn is watching porn, but listening about it or reading about stuff doesn't do anything for me. So, yeah.
So the only thing that does something for you is porn, or like in person.
I think porn. I mean, it's lit perfectly. It's like a movie version of sex. So, I mean, yeah.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, the thing with like porn is like you don't want to get too attached to porn because like that's like when like you can kind of lose the ability to have that human connection.
Right.
But no, and I would never want anyone or myself even to feel like used by someone, and that's why like it's always important to have a good sense of like what you're willing to do. So it's like you're willing to flirt, you're willing to sex, you're willing to share nudes, right? Maybe you don't want to hook up with people, but you like don't mind getting dirty digitally, whatever that looks like. Right? I mean, to each their own. So
yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know.
But like, okay, so if a guy messages you and is like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm so horny. Ugh.
I know. I don't want to read that. Like, great, cool. I want to have a conversation about what you're into. Like,
Well, that's what they want to know too. Just a different
No.
into.
Like in life, your interests in life.
Joking.
Like, I mean, we can have a 5-minute conversation about what you're like what you're like in bed, you know, like I like this, and this. I'm like, cool. Let's talk about something else. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I do think it's very important from the jump to know what someone is into. Cause like, I mean, the worst thing you want to do is sink in a ton of time, have a crush on somebody, and then go, oh, like, you know, they want me to flay them, you know, so they can, like, you know, choke the sausage. That would be a bad ending. But okay, so if someone goes, but let's say you're into someone, like you're really into them, and actually you do want to sex them. Like, is it going to be kind of more like casual, like, you're so sexy, or is it more like, oh, I wish you could take off my like, how descriptive do you get in your sexting? Because like I've written novels to guys, like straight up should be like God. Copy pasting my notes to like write novels on Amazon or something.
I'd be like, TLDR, I already came. I noticed you were typing, so I just jerked off. Like, let's go. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so if somebody texted me and wanted me to get, I don't know. I think I'd have to be more comfortable with them in a relationship, I guess, in order to do something like that. You know, because I'm already not comfortable with talking about what I'm into.
Yeah.
So I would feel awkward and weird if we just out the gate started sexting like that.
Yeah.
I think if I was very comfortable with somebody, then I could spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine myself just talking about, ooh, I really want to touch your penis and I want to kiss your penis, or, you know, like,
Mikey, I'm sorry. No one's sexting like that.
No, I know, but that's how I feel I would be the first time I, you know, start doing it. Like, I want to put my hands down your pants, and I don't know.
Girl, what kind of Fergie lyrics are these? I want to put my hands down your pants. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I love, you know what I love? I love a good innuendo. So like a week or two ago, I was talking to this guy, and he was making quiche, and I was like, ooh, like, sounds like a, you know, some hot quiche action over there. And we used, for the next 30 minutes, quiche as a sexually charged innuendo that kind of meant a lot of different things. It was very, like, to me, it's like kind of fun and funny, but kind of sexy at the same time. It's like a, but that, I mean, I'm creative in that sense. So, like, I don't mind going down. That's how I know I do kind of like a guy, is when he can kind of keep up with me in that way. Because, like, some guys are like, oh, wish you could suck it or whatever. And you're like, well, that, I don't know, like, kind of ruins the romanticism. It ruins the charm. It kind of devalues the experience, right? So,
see, the problem with texting is there is no, like, there's no universal, like, emoji for sarcasm. Or I mean this in this way, you know? So like, you could have had this long conversation about quiche, and he could be very into quiche.
No, because it was like, that quiche is going to get stuffed, and like, I'm going to glaze the quiche with my homemade aioli. And no, I mean, you had to be either really dense or like a huge quiche activist to like not get word. But no, I know what you mean though. I mean, here's the thing: an innuendo, a good innuendo, you know, it's, you know, that's kind of where some comedy arises in like sitcoms, is where it's like the innuendo's there and the person like totally goes over their head, and it's kind of like, oh, like everyone but you notice that that's an innuendo. So like, I don't know. To me, like when I give an innuendo, you know, even without like maybe the tonal elements of a conversation, it's just text, you know.
Never have I ever used quiche as a sex innuendo.
Listen, I've used everything as a sex innuendo. Like,
well,
when I talk to someone and like they have like a certain profession or they have a certain interest, and like, I don't know, like it's so easy to me. Like I have a natural sixth sense of just like I can turn anything into like, ooh, that's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So I have like a couple like examples of good sexting and bad sexting.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. So the first one is the "I wish you were here." A solid way to get okay, so it's the texting goes like this. Oh, I wish your sexy ass was laying here. Oh, I wish I was next to you. Oh, the things I do. Haha. Tell me. You're riding my face right now, and my dick is so hard while you sit on my face. I'm stroking it. How about I take your cock in my mouth and you're licking my pussy? Okay, so this is straight porn.
Who wrote this? I know. Stephanie Meyer from the Twilight books write this?
This is where I become uncomfortable with the process.
Here's the thing. It's like if you were one of the two people and you were into it, you'd be into this. When you start to read other people's sex messages, it just becomes stupid. Like, yes. I don't know. Especially this one, like, I don't know. It started off like, I hate the wish I was there, ... which is such a ploy. Or like, you know what? Here's the thing, and I'm guilty of this. When a guy's like, about to take a shower, and the other guy goes, wish I could join you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I've done that before, but
yeah, but like, you know, like when it's just you and them, it's kind of like, ooh, like hot. Mm-hmm. And then, but when you read it out loud or you say it out loud to other people, like, it's like, oh, it's like so bad, you know?
Should we do a masterpiece theater of sexts?
Of course.
Like where you and I just read. Like, hi, absolutely. Babe. Hi. I'm still stuck at work for a while. This blows. Oh, you want to know what else blows? Your day tomorrow without lunch. I'm packing it now. What do you want, turkey or ham? Ooh, turkey. You're the best. Maybe I will blow something when I get home. Ooh, my deli meat.
See, what I hate about this is that, like, good sexting, like, doesn't feel, like, it feels like it's within itself. This feels like she's actually trying to ask him what he wants for lunch while sexting him. Big no.
Oh,
Big no. It's like, you to me, you're breaking the fourth wall. Like, the sexting of, like, oh, I'm about to make some lunch. Would you, do you want some sausage or do you want some peach cobbler? Like, oh, and then, like, you stay on that train. As soon as you start to go, actually, I am making your lunch. Do you want granola? Like, oh, I don't know. Like, it takes me out of it a little bit, doesn't it? It's kind of like...
Yeah. So we could go the innuendo route where we're talking about, ooh, I just bought eggplants at work, Who
buys eggplants at work? That's not even realistic.
Okay, well, after work, I meant. Anyway.
Just on my way home, I run into
on
some
my way home, I got
on the street.
Aubergine. I think I'm going to come home and wash it and then cut it up. Oh, wait. No, that's probably bad. But like if you're reading like a sext and they're very specific about what they want to do, that feels weird and awkward to me to send that to someone. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just strange.
I think it depends on the connection. It depends on like you yourself. I mean, there are definitely some people who like it, some people who don't. Yeah. I mean, so ideally, you're gonna you probably want to find a partner who's like, oh, no, I'm not really into that, right? Because that would work for you.
I mean, right? Yeah, for sure.
And vice versa. So, I will say the one thing that kind of annoys me with like sexting is like, what are you into? And I always have to be like, honestly, I've had a pretty vanilla life so far. Like, I've not really had any like super long term relationships to really like get a little fun with the ice cream flavor. So, I don't know. I'm always surprised when people who are like, they start pulling out like this whole laundry list. I'm like, how do you know this? Like, when does it like click that this is what you're into? Like, I don't know. Yeah. It's fascinating to me. But I guess
this is people who have had a lot of experience or they've had a long relationship where they experimented and felt safe. Yeah. That's not me. I haven't had too many like serious relationships where we got dirty often. So
I wrote for one time I was asked to write a guest verse on a song for a rap song. I don't think it ever came out because I think they went to Christian rap instead, because the verse I wrote, it opened with, my biggest kink is having someone tell me they love me. Isn't that good? Isn't that good?
That is good.
So I think he's a Christian rapper. So yeah, it's kind of like, ooh, don't know if that's going to fit the brief. But
well, okay. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah. Definitely need consent before we're sending a sext.
Oh my God. The worst is when someone or you send something the other person goes, like, it makes you want to die. It really, I mean, it's like the worst. It's like, especially when like the conversation's going so well and then like out of nowhere, boom, you're hit with the toilet paper roll pick.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, it's the worst.
Wait, toilet paper roll pick?
Oh, just a metaphor for like people whose sausage looks like a, you know, like a
I thought you meant like someone like having sex with a toilet paper roll.
That's definitely happened out there. I've not seen it. I've not participated, but you know, there's freaks out there, man. I mean, there are certified freaks.
There are more comfortable things to put your dick in, I'm sure.
I don't know, yeah. Yeah, I know. I really do hate that. I hate when it kind of feels out of nowhere. I do think it's always best to ask. Like, I mean, on Grindr, people will just lead with it. Like, it's like the opening number, and it's like, it's kind of like, you know, a bad example because Lady Gaga on her last tour, she did open with Poker Face. But, like, it is almost like Lady Gaga opened with Poker Face. You're like, whoa! Like, I was expecting to, like, get through the smaller hits, get through the album tracks, then you pull out Poker Face. So it's a bit brash, I think, for a guy to do that. Just not even a, hey, what's up? Just, you know, pick. And you're like, it's almost like multiple gunshots fired. You're like, like, pick. Dick, pick, booty, balls, chest with booty. You know.
Just being on Grindr, you're just waiting for just a random like hole pick. Like, you're just casually flipping through profiles, and then you get a message, hole, like right there, like oh my
dear Lord, make sure I please don't see the sandworm from Dune on my Grindr today. So.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So my thoughts on sexting, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Some tips for those of you listening who want to be a better sexter. Number one, it's confidence. It's definitely confidence, because if you just are sure with what you're saying, it'll be sexy because it's confidence, right?
Yeah.
Two, I do think that most things can be sexual. So take advantage. You know, when a guy says he works for Subway, you can go, ooh, I like a good foot long winky face, right?
Oh
boom! You got it.
Who needs a foot long? Come on.
Well, especially in this economy, they're very expensive. What happened to the $5 ones? Rest in peace.
$5 is fine. You know, $6, I mean, great.
Yeah.
$7, we're getting up there.
Yeah.
$8, okay.
Yeah.
Where's that going?
Yeah. Another rule I would say is never feel obligated to sex. Never feel like, if a guy's like, I want more pics. Like, the amount of guys who've been like, give me pics, I want more pics. I'm like, why? Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like one or two gives you an idea. Like, what is this? Like a research project? Am I like a bird on Galapagos Island and you're trying to study me? Like, what are we doing here with the demand for like a full body cavity? Like I'm a Law and Order body victim and they're photographing the body.
Yeah, right. I know. Anytime I get someone asking me for more pictures, I'm just like, okay, this person is catfishing me. Yeah. Or they're wanting more resources to catfish others. You know?
I love the idea of more resources, like it's Catan.
Because
like instead of hunting for wood or nudes.
Nudes, right. To con people out of their hard-earned money. Not, trying to toot my horn or anything, but yeah. I mean, I have been catfished a lot, and I don't know why, but
yeah. I mean, there's a couple different catfishes. There's like the ones where they're like trying to get you to invest money. Actually, we should save catfish. Let's save catfishing for an episode. That's a whole episode right there. So
yeah, I've got a few stories in my past about it. So
yeah, maybe next week we'll have to look at our schedule. All right, hey, this has been a great episode. I think we should close it out though. Do you have a pickup line for me?
I sure do. Okay. Give me a second. You know, I use them so frequently. All right, our pickup line. Are you a cat? Because you look perfect.
Oh, I was waiting for it to be like, because you're so hot, you could be a catfish.
Oh, no. No.
Time to feel affirmed.
I want to feel firm. Something
See,
firm.
That's good sexting. That's good.
Hey, I'm learning.
You've learned. I am secure. I am intelligent. I am attractive.
All right.
Okay. The next one, this is funny.
The
next one just says, I'm really cool.
Hey, you know what? I'm really cool.
I'm really cool. Oh, me? Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
all right. Well, this has been great. You know where to go. StarVoltStudios.com for more information. At Reebstar, HRIBSTAR, Insta, TikTok, X, YouTube, you name it. Mikey _Sours on Instagram. I'm also thinking about getting into more video game streaming. Yes, Queen. Drop the link.
Yeah, it's currently playing games on, oh my gosh, Twitch. Yeah. Okay. So I might start streaming gaming and stuff.
Wait, I want to come over, and I've always wanted to do that, but I'm not good
totally.
at setup.
No, I was going to ask you.
But I'm good at color
commentary,
commentary, so I'm good at like watching people play. So,
you have a PS5, right?
Yes. Oh my God, could we play? So
I should teach you how to play a game one night, and we'll just record it and do that. That would be fun.
I really want to play. I've not played The Quarry yet. It's a horror game.
Oh, okay.
We should play that because it sounds like fun. All right, this is like us planning. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week on Outdated. Peace out.
Alrighty, bye.